Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. Sorry about my hair. It's kind of crazy right now. Just got back from the park with the kids. We went walking and exercising. Big Mama got outside and exercised. So, yeah. Big Mama, that's me. Okay, so I just went online to check my comments because I love responding to you guys in the comment section of videos when I make a video. Hey, Annie. And so I saw some comments on my Kratom video, and I wanted to make sure that I wanted to clear some things up and make sure that you guys understood that I support whatever pathway you choose in recovery. But if you are taking Kratom, I think it's a very good idea to also incorporate some kind of recovery program, therapy, those kind of things. Because like I said, just like I am dependent on Suboxone, you will become dependent on Kratom, okay? I know several friends who have become dependent on Kratom. And then when they went to get off of it, they had withdrawal. Okay, I have had 2 women that I know personally who have had to go into treatment to get off of Kratom. Okay, because they were addicts, they got on Kratom and they started taking it every day in excess. Okay, I have also worked with addicts who have gotten on Kratom who have had struggles tapering off of Kratom. Okay, does that mean that every person is going to struggle getting off Kratom? No. Does that mean that every person is an addict that gets on Kratom? No. I just want my addicts to know that if you, just like me on Suboxone, if you are getting on Kratom just like I got on Suboxone, you need to be aware that these things could happen, and there's nothing wrong with letting you guys know that. If you're a drug addict and you're replacing medically assisted treatment with Kratom, then just like you got off the medically assisted treatment, I assume that your goal is going to be able to get off the Kratom eventually. If that's not your goal and you want to take Kratom for the rest of your life, absolutely, that is your business. Like, I support you fully. I want you to be happy. I just don't think it's like smart or fair or like cool to act like you cannot become dependent to Kratom when I know several people who have become dependent. Okay? Dependent. You know there's a difference between addiction and dependency, okay? Addiction comes with negative consequences. It comes with the stealing, the lying, the cheating, the selling our cars. That's addiction. Dependence is where you can't stop taking it without withdrawal, okay? That's dependence. You're dependent upon the herb or whatever it is, the coffee plant, okay? Anything, you can become dependent on anything. Sugar, coffee, sleep medicine from over-the-counter sleep medicine, melatonin. These are all things that you can develop a dependency to, all right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and come on here and say that those things can't happen to you guys if you get on Kratom, okay? Like, that's what can happen. And people get so angry about this, but it's the truth. If you're a drug addict and you're getting on Kratom, you're a drug addict because you couldn't control your use of substances, okay? Because you lose the power of choice when you're a drug addict. When you go into this obsession of the mind, okay? Let's talk about the straight up disease concept, okay? When you go into trigger thought, obsession use, okay? Craving, vicious cycle starts all over again. That same thing, if you're an addict, can happen with Kratom. Okay, if that's not happening for you, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you, but that can happen. That's why I'm not going to say that these things can't happen to you. I've talked to women personally on the phone who have told me, I was taking Kratom. I've been taking it for X amount of days, months. And I got to a point where it wasn't working and I had to take more and more and more. Okay? Don't lie to yourself. All right? That is when you're doing that and you're having to take more and more and more to get the relief that you're looking for, that you are trading over into addiction, okay? Abuse, okay? That's when you're trying to get a feeling from a substance. All right? That's murky water that you're walking into. You guys, just because it's an herb doesn't mean that it's so good. Opium is a plant. Cocaine is a plant. Okay? Let's not act like we don't know what's really going on. Differently to Kratom, but for me, it's just so mild. It's like being addicted to coffee. If you stop, you may get a headache or some type of withdrawal, but much milder than sup. That might be true for you, MC, but I'm not even lying to you. I know people who are in treatment right now, rehab, 30-day facilities for Kratom addiction, for Kratom dependence, okay, because they were taking so much. I know people who've been taking 40 grams of Kratom a day. Do you hear what I'm saying? So, and if you're a drug addict and you can take Kratom in moderation, my hat is off to you, okay? That is not, I'm a drug addict. If I take anything, it's not going to be in moderation, all right? I am what you call a textbook drug addict alcoholic, all right? When I take things into my body and they give me a feeling, I want to take more of them, all right? I am an addict. I am an alcoholic. I know this about myself, all right? That's my experience. That's why I have never tried any of those things, because I know that feeling is going to make me want more and more, all right? I have to be straight up honest with myself, you know? I don't get that feeling from medically assisted treatment, from Suboxone. I don't get any feeling, but I know that if I don't take it after about 3 days, I'm not going to feel well. So that's why I take it every day. That's why I'm working on tapering, right? Because my goal is to eventually abstinent from those things, right? So I feel like I said all that in my last video, that I have nothing against anyone who uses Kratom. I have several friends who use Kratom, okay, and it has worked miracles in their life. But if you're an addict, I want you to be careful, okay? That's all. If you're an addict, I want you to be honest with yourself and be aware that you can cross over and you can start using it addictively, okay? That can always happen. If we're addicts, you guys, none of us are immune to that behavior, okay? None of us are cured from our addictions just because we get sober, okay? Just because you get on Kratom and you're taking it once a day doesn't mean that you're cured from your addiction, okay? Could come a day where you're taking 1 spoonful a day, and then there could be a week where you feel like shit. So you bump it up to 2 spoonfuls a day, okay? And so now you're taking 2 spoonfuls, all right? And then a couple weeks goes by, and then you feel like shit. So you start taking 3 spoonfuls, okay? And then you stay on 3 spoonfuls for a little bit. And then a couple weeks goes by, and you're taking 4 spoonfuls, all right? I cannot tell each person what's going on in their body, but you have to be honest with yourself, okay? I can't tell you if you're becoming addicted to Kratom. I can't tell you if you're having struggles with that, right? Only you can. You have to be honest with yourself. Just because it's an herb doesn't mean that you can't get addicted to it. Just because it's in the coffee family doesn't mean that you can't abuse it, right? It binds to your mu receptors, which are the receptors where opiates go, okay? And that's what it does. All right? So don't lie to yourself, okay? If you're a chronic pain patient and you're taking Kratom, that's great. I'm so glad that it's helping you with your pain. But what happens when you take so many and it's still not relieving your pain? What are you going to do then? Do you understand what I'm saying? Take more? What happens if you get to a certain amount and you've topped out and you can't take more, right? What happens when you're taking a whole bag of Kratom every day? That's what I'm trying to understand. Okay? I can't tell you what's going on, but you have to be honest with yourself, right? I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm just trying to let y'all know, like, if you're here on my channel, you're most likely a drug addict, okay? And if you're a drug addict, then you like to take substances to change the way you feel. And if Kratom is giving you a feeling and you're using it to take it to change the way you feel, then that could lead to addiction. Well, that might be true for you, MC, but I'm telling you, I know girls who have taken grams of this stuff a day and had such a big habit that they were spending buku bucks to eat bags of Kratom a day. And here's the thing with me. This is what I think about. I think about, fuck that. I don't want that sludge down in the bottom of my stomach. That shit is fucking disgusting. Okay? I've seen people gag from tossing that shit back. So I can just imagine, what is it doing inside of your stomach? That's like plant matter just sitting down there like sludging up. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, I'm weird like that. But there's no shame, you guys. But don't get mad at me because I'm like telling you, hey, be careful. Be aware. Right? I'm telling you, be aware. If you are taking Kratom and you're using it addictively to change the way you feel, okay, then you need to be careful. I don't want to hear my friends coming to me a couple months or a year down the line and they say, hey, you're right, Nicole. I can't stop taking Kratom. You're right. Oh, that's what I've had happen. That's what I've seen happen to friends of mine. That's what you guys, that's what I've seen to a woman happen here in the recovery community. And she has videos of it documenting her withdrawal from Kratom. And it was so sad. She was so just distraught, sobbing, because she was going through such a hard time trying to get off Kratom. So don't lie to yourself, okay? Kratom makes you feel differently. That's why you take it. Why else would you be taking it? Why else would you take a spoonful of dirt and sludge it back your throat? Toss and wash it. Why else? Because it changes the way you feel. Because it gives you a different feeling. Why else? Exactly, Ian. Exactly. Just say it. Just say yes. It changes the way I feel. It makes me feel better. It gives me energy. Okay? It makes my bones not hurt, right? It makes my back not ache. And I need that feeling. Just be honest. Okay? There's no shame in that. I take Suboxone because it keeps me from craving opiates. I'm being honest with you guys. All right? I'm not trying to dog you out if you take Kratom. I'm just trying to tell you to be careful. All right? Don't ever think, you guys, I love you guys. I accept everyone on my channel. I don't want you to feel like you're not welcome here because you take Kratom. That's never my intention. Ever. I just want you to be aware, because if we are just going on addiction, and if we're just talking about the obsession of the mind, okay, then we have to understand that that obsession can go on to Kratom, okay? And if you're an addict like I'm an addict, those things happen, right? Yeah, and so, but you're being honest, MC. You're like, yes, it does. It does make me feel better. But that's what I'm saying. We have to be honest with ourselves. That would be like me coming on here and telling you guys, I'm not taking an opiate. Suboxone isn't an opiate, you guys. Suboxone doesn't make me not want opiates. Suboxone's an opiate. I know that it's an opiate, okay? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? We have to be honest with ourselves. Nobody can do that for you, okay? So if you're taking Kratom, I just want you to keep an open mind and be careful. That's why I made that video before, because I wanted to let my Kratom takers know, hey, you're welcome over here. But if you're a drug addict, I want you to be aware that your addiction can shift to kratom. Just like my addiction has shifted to food, you guys. I'm a food addict, all right? I got sober off drugs and now I eat all the time, all right? And I'm honest with myself about that. I know that's what I'm doing, okay? Am I embarrassed that I'm a big ass bitch who likes to eat food? A little bit, yeah. But I've got to be honest with myself, right? Being honest with ourselves is sometimes really hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I know that I have a problem with overeating. I'm telling you guys this because I'm honest with myself. I know that if I keep going at the rate I'm going to be on my 600-pound life. Okay? And I'm being so straight up with y'all right now. Okay? I know that not all of us can be honest with ourselves because it is something that happens over time in your recovery. Okay? And the longer that you start working on your recovery and the more you start working on the inside, the easier it gets to be honest with yourself. Okay? That's all. I wasn't trying to hurt anybody or make anyone feel less than because they take kratom. I want you guys to know that. I support you and I just want you to be careful. That's all. That's all. Because like I said, I don't know much about kratom. And so I'm not going to share experiences that I don't have any. Like I told you guys, when I took kratom, it didn't do anything. I took a whole bunch of it and it was bullshit and I was pissed. So that's the only experience I have with it. So your Suboxone's not working, Sandra? Are you taking it as prescribed? And listen, are you taking opiates too? Because listen, this is what happens. When you relapse and you start taking opiates while you're on Suboxone or in between Suboxone doses, what that does is it sets that craving in motion inside of you. When you take drugs or alcohol into your body, the phenomenon of craving goes off. And that's what makes you want more opiates, right? So and Zach, you need to listen too. If you're going, good boy. If you're going back and forth between between Suboxone and Oxy, or whatever your opiate of choice is, you've got to stabilize on Suboxone and not go over to the Oxy, because when you go over to Oxy, what's happening is you're taking that into your system. It's opening up your opiate receptors all the way. It's not like Suboxone. Suboxone is just a partial agonist. It's not a full. So it's going onto your receptor and you're getting that phenomenon of craving that kicks in. It says, I need more pills. I need more pills. Okay? That's why it's so important when you guys get on medically assisted treatment to get into a program of recovery and start learning these things about the disease of addiction and start learning about yourself, right? Stop going around people that have Oxy. If you have to go sack up inside this AA building all day long and go to 6 meetings in a row, that's where your ass needs to be. Because it's going to be difficult to stay away from temptation at first. You have to practice, okay? You have to practice whenever you are staying sober. You have to practice doing sober things. You have to practice you guys, it's practice. Practice makes perfect, okay? And so, Sandra, you might, if you have taken Oxy recently, once it gets out of your system, you might need to go up a little bit on your Suboxone. That's always something that might help, And if you're not in therapy, Sandra, you need to get into therapy and you need to be talking to somebody on a regular basis about addiction recovery. Okay, you guys, this is not going to be something that is easy. This is going to be for the rest of your life, practicing sobriety. Okay, look at me. I am a methamphetamine addict. I love shooting methamphetamine. I love the energy it gives me. I love cleaning the house. I love running around buildings and looking crazy. I like that energy, right? I have to practice not getting high on methamphetamine. I have to practice my recovery every day. Hey, Mama, you know what I'm saying? I have to practice my recovery day in and day out. Because guess what? I was at the Kroger the other day and I saw an old friend from back in my meth shooting days. And guess what? They were still getting high. Right then and there, that my recovery went into overdrive. I said, oh shit, I've got to let me get home and get out of here. Let me skirt. Okay. It's like, I have to put that, like, you guys don't even understand. Like I thought, oh my God, they saw me. I saw them. I didn't stop and talk. I kept it moving. I had to practice, keeping it moving, you guys. I'm telling you, for years, I was relapsing on all different drugs, not just one substance, not just opiates, on many different substances, okay? And I have been practicing staying away from those substances. That's the only way I can explain it to you guys, is practicing staying away, practicing telling on my disease, practicing talking about my addiction, practice talking about what I'm going through. If I'm struggling, if I feel like I want to get high, I talk about it. If I think about using Xanax, I talk about it. That's the thing. Like, I tell on myself. I tell on my thoughts. Because what happens, you guys, I'm telling you right now, when you keep those thoughts in your mind and they are running around in your mind and you're playing with the thoughts and you're throwing them up in the air and you're kissing them, I love you, little thoughts. You know what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting one of those thoughts, going on out with it. You got to kick them shits to the curb, okay? Get them out of your mind. Get them out, all right? That's what we have to do. And if that means telling on yourself and coming on and saying, you guys, I want to get high, then that's what you got to do. Battle that you always need to be conscious of. And remember, the pain using has cost us our loved ones. Exactly. And that's what I was talking about the other day, you guys, is playing the tape past the euphoria, playing the tape past the feel-good feelings, okay? Because those feelings are only temporary. That feel-good feeling that I get from meth, that energy that I get from methamphetamine, that shit goes crazy after about 3 days, and then I start losing my damn mind and hallucinating and looking like a crazy-ass person. Looking like a... Y'all, I'm tweakers gone wild when I'm on methamphetamine, okay? I'm peeping out the blinds. I'm pilfering through everything. It is scary, okay? I'm hiding behind the closet because I think the police are outside. I'm looking underneath the crack in the door. I mean, it is just no fun. It is embarrassing. I am so out of my mind when I'm on meth. So I have to remember that. I have to remember that whenever I get high on dope, I look crazy. And then I start calling the police on myself. Can you just imagine that? Can y'all imagine me sitting here up inside my house with my son, high, calling the police on myself? Oh, hell no. I don't want to do that anymore, okay? And that's what we have to remember. It's scary and dangerous. Yes, Mom, that is right. So, listen, I love you guys, all right? I'm never trying to make any of you feel less than. I just want you guys to be careful. That's all. I have no ill will towards the Kratom community or the plant Kratom. Like I said, I have really no experience with it. I just want my people to be careful, okay? I just want my people to be educated. I want my people to be honest with themselves. I want my people to have that internal dialogue with themselves. Am I abusing this? Am I taking it because I'm trying to escape reality? Okay? That's a question that many of us have to ask ourselves. Am I using this substance because I want to escape? If you're using something because you want to escape, you've got a problem. All right? That's not what life is about. Life is not about escaping. All right? Life is about living in the moment, being present. Okay? I'm not trying to run from my life anymore. I'm not trying to hide out. I'm not trying to not be a part of. All right? If you're trying to escape, you've got something you need to work on. And that's not me being shitty. That's just me telling you guys, all right? That's not how you need to be living your life. And you can't be mad at me for that, all right? I don't want you guys to be living your lives like that. I don't want you to want to escape. I want you to want to be a part of life. I want you to get excited about being alive and having a second chance. I want you to be excited about the things that you're doing, the job that you're working, your kids, your family members. I want you to get passion for life, purpose, okay? That's what it's all about. Anyway, I love you guys. I just wanted to chat with y'all about that. Let y'all know that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. You. It's a good conversation to have. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that nobody thought that I was coming for them, okay? Like, I was just reading some comments that had got commented, and nobody really... Avalon just commented one thing, and she said, don't knock it without doing the research and without trying it. Wow. And I'm like, I'm not knocking Kratom, you guys. Like, that just threw me for a loop. Avalon, I'm not knocking it, babe. I was just saying I want you to be careful. That's all. That's not me knocking it. If I was knocking it, y'all would know. Okay? Y'all know how I am. I would come on here and be like, all kinds of crazy, cussing out people, telling them they're this and that. Right? But exactly, Ian. If I was, that's still my choice, right? I'm allowed to have an opinion, right? But I'm not. I just want people to educate themselves. I really don't have any opinion on it because I've never really done it. I just want people to be careful and educate themselves. That is all, because I care about you guys. I want you to be happy, and I want you to be successful in your recovery. Okay? Here on YouTube, there's something that happens when you have a different opinion than someone else. People don't like that. Okay? Having a different opinion does not mean I hate Kratom. Does not mean I don't even not like Kratom. In fact, I think it's pretty awesome that people that have chronic pain have another option rather than opiates. And I'm for that, okay? I just want you guys to be careful. My opinions are strong because I believe in what I talk about, and I don't go around it. Okay, I'm just going to say it. So if you're down for that, stay here. I love you guys, okay? We're just talking about this. It's something that I don't normally talk about on my channel. So when we do, I feel like I need to clear things up and let y'all know, because I never, ever, my intentions are never to make anyone feel judged. Ever. Because I've been there. I felt judged by people that were not on medically assisted treatment. And I felt like they thought they were better than me because they were abstinent and I wasn't. And I know what that feeling feels like. Do I think I'm better than somebody that's on Kratom because I'm on Suboxone? No. I think we're about the damn same, if you want me to tell you the truth. So I love you guys, and that's always my intention. Never to make anybody feel less than or judged, because I want you guys to be safe here. And that's all I want. I want you to take care of yourself and be safe. All right. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later.